Hello and welcome, I'm Peasant, and today I'm going to be taking on England 6 with Ocean. Now, those of you that are familiar with me and my channels, this is a familiar matchup, and so, obviously if you've seen this a million times before, you don't need to see it again. But I've actually had a chunk of time where I've not been able to play Spirit Island, so I'm trying to re-familiarise myself with the game by taking on the lovely England 6. Well, they're not actually that lovely, they're horrible, but Ocean is one of the best ways to beat them if you're looking for that elusive England 6 victory. The thing that makes this matchup horrible for a lot of spirits is this local autonomy here. Spirits that can handle these first 4 levels suddenly go, oh, they got extra health. Oh no. River being the obvious example. Anyway, let's jump right in. Let's get some sound going because I'm in that particular screen, so it's not going to give me any sound effects. God damn it, I need those sound effects. So the first decision is Ocean you have to be making is, where do you want to place your first coastal presence? And I tend to like having my presence up in this top bit as a priority, but here there's a town that I could potentially drown turn 1. There's guaranteed a town. Now, drowning stuff's super important, so you've got some energy, because if you play your cards right, you should be able to just skip this track altogether, but we'll see. So I'm going to start in here because there is a town in there and a city. I might be able to nab the city. Okay, and we have Mountain Explores, huh? So this is a bit grim. Not going to be a lot we can do about it for now. And yeah, but this is not an over-explain run because otherwise it'll take forever. But this is a nice start for Ocean. If you're playing with more spirits, then these would be dotted around the board, particularly into the lands that are occupied by spirits that are very good at pushing. That are good at pushing, because then once you can push people into the ocean with this ocean in play ability, then you're laughing. You're just laughing, just having your best life. So, God, it's been so long I actually can't remember what to do turn 1. So I think we like Tidal Boon turn 1. Call of the Deeps can be useful turn 1 to drag people out of these lands, but we have not been given that opportunity. So, we could still use it to gain an energy though, which is worthwhile. It won't prevent the build, of course, because we are against England, and England smells. So that's that. So we'll call into here, grab that one in there, and we've got a little bit of fear. We've got a little bit of you get a little bit of a grace period against England for this first, is it 1 or 2 rounds before you have to start worrying about this independent resolve effect. I mean, yeah, this is if you can let 1 or 2 of these slide, but you don't want to let more than that slide because you will lose. Okay, so we've got Tidal Boon, so we can push this in. We've also got Ocean Breaks the Shore, but this is a common situation, but it doesn't really matter too much. Doesn't really matter too much. And we've got this, so we would have a bit more town drowning. If you get lucky, you can. If you place different coastal lands, you might get more town drowns. But I think it's better to guarantee a town drown than to gamble to try and get more. Okay, so what have we got? Ravage here. We can't do anything about that. Ravage here. We can defend with Grasping Tide, and we've got a bit of potential swallowing the land dwellers, do we? Well, no, because there's a build in wetland. We have no coastal wetlands, so that's not great. This is interesting. This situation makes me think actually you don't use call unless you've got, because a call slipped in here would be great, prevent that build in an awkward land. But here we are. So the Grasping Tide is doing good things for us. Because it will clear this land. Now, we don't really want to destroy stuff. We'd rather drown it. But we're not going to get any town builds in here. We're not going to get any good drowning here. So, at this point, we can make the decision. Do we push for a whole ton? Do we push for loads of presence placement? Or do we get ourselves an extra card? I'm actually thinking a card might be good. If you can do something about this land, that'd be great. If you could even maybe push this town so that we can eat it instead of destroying it with the Grasping Tide, that might be good. And it also will give us an idea of what we can do. Yeah, and it'll also get us a bit more inland presence, which is what we want. So we'll go with that. Generally, you want to look at your minor power first, in case you in case that helps you decide where to place your presence. So Rain of Blood is an amazing card for everybody. For everybody. But we're not actually going to get all the energy from it, but that's fine. Quicken the Earth struggles is unlikely to be that useful for us. I mean, this is life as ocean. Element wise, mountain is probably your key, so that might make us want this, but this really is mostly going to be useless for us. So we'll go Rain of Blood. And some people like to go top track a little bit. I think that's foolishness. But hey, it's your life. You can be as foolish as you like. So I think I'm going to go with putting presence in every coastal land for now. So we are in all of those. And almost certainly we know it's guaranteed that the Explorer is going to either be in the sand or the forest. So the Swallow will get us a little bit. And we will, I guess we play all of these. Now, we don't... I think this is the right thing to do. God, it's getting a bit low on the old pounding ships to splinters, but luckily we're still in the grace period from the point of view of independent resolve. Yeah, and of course this is going to blight this turn. Not a lot we can do about that. And we didn't draw any solutions for here either. Marvellous. Okay, so we're Grasping Tide in here. And we'll pound the old ships. Oh, okay, we did get a card anyway. The card might help us. That card sometimes helps us. Years of Little Rain. A terrible drought parches the island. You may let the plants wither and die. Or spend 4 energy aided by water. So we could... we actually do have 4 energy. To add another presence. That's interesting. That is interesting. Beast attack. How's that factor in? Not very muchly. Get a bit of defend with our DAHAN. Is that worth 4 of my energy? I'm going to gain at least 1 energy from Swallow, the Land Dwellers. We're going to be a bit low on energy though, aren't we? We are going to be a bit low on energy, but we could push towards 4 actions. Could be worthwhile, you know. I mean, I'm even tempted to take this moon just to get a bit more fear going, but that is bad. We don't want to do that. We've got... Yeah, I'm going to push... I think I could pay 4 actual energy, or I could discard a water card. God, I could get rid of Tidal Boon. Tidal Boon is pretty good, though. It has the crucial water mountain that enables our breaking the shore ability. We could just spend the energy. I think that could be pretty foolish, actually. Pretty foolish. But we actually don't have a coastal defend to worry about next turn, so the only thing that might cost us energy would be Tidal Boon. So actually, we don't need to play Boon and Grasping Tide is what I'm reaching for. So I think I'll do that. I think we've got a chance of just gaining a whole ton of energy. So I think we'll ease the drought. We'll ease that drought. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll ease the drought with salt water. Oh, I'd forgotten. These, of course, are paying towards it anyway. So yeah, that's even better. I have played this game before, I promise you. Okay, so we will add a presence in here. This is the only option we have. Okay, beasts don't do anything. Invaders do not build and lands with cities. That's actually... No, doesn't matter too much. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, Jungle Explorer. Okay then, so... We're not going to get... Yeah, we don't have any big conurbations to get the full amount of fear from that. But we can at least swallow this. We are going to eat a DAHAN, but, you know, sometimes you just got to, you know, chomp down. Doesn't mean we're not still friends. Turn this down a little bit in my ear. It's all getting a bit loud. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got a build here. Remember, we are against England. They will still build there, but that's fine. We'll just eat them. We will be happy for that build. Ravage here that we hopefully can do something about if we gain a card. We might even gain. We could even think about gaining a major power here. This is a big deal. This is horrible. If we let this slide, it's pretty sad. The other thing that's a bit grim is that we do not have a sacred site adjacent to this land, which means that some of our potentially quite good defend cards are not going to work. Things like that card there. You think, you know, we all know it. But the island could blight, and that could be fine. We could just let it blight and just keep placing presents. But we're up to our crucial four actions. So I think reclaiming and gaining a card is good. It's almost tempting to go for a major, but I think all of our cards here are potentially pretty useful for us. Yeah. Yep. Things we are going to need a major soon. We're a little bit accelerated because of this extra play. So I think actually we probably want a minor power just so that we've got enough cards to play. There are a number of cards that might solve this problem. There are DAHAN in there as well. So yeah, we'll reclaim. And yeah, we will gain our power first. What have we got here? Okay, this... we can use Enticing Splendor to drag this town out, which is perfect. That's really good. Okay, we got lucky. Elements are horrible, but that's, yeah, it's fine. We'll soon have 5 plays, and we won't really care too much about elements, as long as we're, you know, mostly watery. Okay, we've got to gather into the ocean. We'll keep 1 in each for now. And so we need to make sure that we've got at least 2 water in a mountain so that we can drown this land. And we need to play our new toy to make sure that we can eat this town somewhere else. We're into stage 2, so what does that mean? It means they're going to start building. They're going to start building England, London, their proud and mighty cap. No, sorry, the building boom thing, which is can be a problem. Also, crucially, it means that we have no idea what the next land is going to be, but it's likely to be one of these. So I wonder if I hang on to Reign of Blood. I wonder. So we have no use for Grasping Tide, except it would get us too far Sphere. But I think we should get Sphere from our innate. So we could go Boon. We're gonna have extra towns kicking around, and that's the mountain that we need. And I wonder whether we want to keep Swallow, so because we only got 2 cards with mountains on. Or we could even try and eat a city this turn by going up to... That could be good. I mean, ideally we want the English to be building their city, their capital on the coast, but I don't think we're going to be able to swing that. Unless, actually... Yeah, it's unfortunate. They're going to be building their capital up in here, which is the worst. Well, it's not the worst, but it's not ideal. Oh, we can prevent this build here with a bit of the old Call of the Deeps. And what do we need to get an extra thing? Just the water. So we'll play... We'll save this for next turn, when it should be useful in here. Swallow the Land Dwellers means we could drown... a city instead. I mean, this is pretty good. We're going to drown a city, we're going to drag out this town, we're then going to Tidal Boom to push it into the ocean, and that's not even including Swallow the Land Dwellers. So I think that's pretty good. It might set us up to go for a major next turn, possibly for getting Enticing Splendor. So we're pulling this one out there. Yeah, okay, that looks okay. It looks acceptable. And we've crucially got the 2 fear to prevent the double build in the mountains. They double build in the mountains. Oh yeah, it's horrible. Shut up, peasant. What do you know? So let's pound some of those ships. Let's prevent the... Oh no, we get to England, peasant. You don't prevent Jack. You don't prevent Jack. So that's a mistake. Oh well. Oh well. This is quite a forgiving matchup, so it might not matter too much. If we bring the town in here, there'll be multiple towns in here. If we bring the town in here, we can eat it with Swallow the Land Dwellers, so I think we'll do that. So yeah, I think this is an inaccuracy. An inaccuracy, yes. That's how seriously I take this. Bring out the inaccuracy word. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, extra distance to explorer doesn't really make much odds. Disease, 2 damage to invaders, 2 damage to DAHAN. Fear that we don't really influence. We kind of want to drown this guy. We kind of want to drown this. So actually, in this situation, I'm just going to put the damage somewhere where it doesn't matter. Each player may push a DAHAN from a land with invaders or gather a DAHAN into a land with invaders. These DAHAN are doing a great job. I actually think... Oh yeah, we could bring... Push one from... Okay, it would be nice to bring this in with these ones. Oh no, we can do that. We'll gather this one in. Lone DAHAN can be a bit vulnerable. Okay, so we're now... I'm still healthy, but it won't be for long. Because this this is even more of a problem. It's problems. Oh, we've got our first doubled up land types, which is interesting. Okay, so we've got a city drown here. We've also got a town push and a swallow the land dwellers. So now that we know this is what we're up against, this is a problem. We're going to have to go for a major very soon to deal with this. This is too many buildings. So what we can do, we could swallow the land dwellers in here. I mean, we could even eat the city. See, ideally, we'd kind of want to leave a big set of buildings on the coast so that when this adversary power kicks in, it's building on the coast where we kind of just fine. We could just be like, fine, yeah, build on the coast. Don't care. So we could just clear this land. What's the benefit of that? We have... this is a bit grim. We're going to have to do something similar to what we did with Enticing Splendor this turn. Otherwise, this is going to blight. And the longer we can keep the island healthy, the better, really. You don't say, peasant. I do say. So maybe... yeah, there's part of me that almost wants to let this overtake this. I just don't think that's a good idea. I think we need to get loads of energy. It means we'll be able to afford big powers. The big powers. So yeah, let's do this. And let's do this. And we can title boon on ourselves to push a town from one of these places. We could completely clear this land. That means that if we retreat from here, doesn't matter so much. There are some DAHAN in there to take care of business as well. Yeah, let's go with this idea of maybe trying to make this coastal desert into a kind of alternate London. Oh, we also get to push our DAHAN. I'd forgotten that was a thing. Let's leave them where they are. Okay, so back to the old spirit phase. So they are English. They will build in there anyway. That's not an immediate problem. We can deal with that next turn if we use Enticing Splendor. We need to gain a major power. We can at least use Rain of Blood for full fear here. Ravages, I mean, if we gain a major power, we've got two things we want to deal with. This one's probably more pressing in reality. So, I think we could go Reclaim. Look at all this energy. We could go Reclaim, but actually, I think this is going to be better because we've got to make sure we've got presence on the coast. Unless we get incredibly lucky with our draw. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, we've got a bit of a nothing turn as well. We've got such a nothing turn, it almost makes me think we should just reclaim. What can we do with the cards in hand? Wait, okay, we could prevent this. We could prevent the island blighting if we reclaim. We're already a bit ahead of where we want to be presence-wise. We don't really want to drown much more on the coast. But this is taking stuff off the land. I think I'm going to go with this. So we'll have a little look at these majors. Oof. This is a lovely major for Ocean. It's lovely. Can we get the threshold? I mean, this is almost certainly the one. Let's just quickly look and see how easy it is to get the Moon Mountain business going on. Not super easy, but not horrible either. The Moon Mountain, of course, doubles its effectiveness. Sorry, Moon Earth. I mean, but even if I just use it this turn, that is going to be 2/4 damage in here. That's a little bit of tidying up in there. A little bit of tidying up. I mean, and if we can double it up, we might even not... Yeah, we'll use it this turn. We've got loads of energy. Jungle Hungers. Let's just think about that for a second. Obviously, we can't really use it inland, so that kind of... It's a great card a lot of the time, but... Trees and stones are always also sometimes better than you'd think. Power Storm is a bit too wombo. I mean, it doesn't help us. It doesn't start helping us immediately. We're going to go with that. And as we're going to... I think Rain of Blood is definitely worth hanging on to. Now, we've got this card, so we definitely want to make sure we don't get rid of anything with mountains on. We've actually got a good use for Enticing Splendor next turn, which is to... Oh, no, we don't. It might be time to get rid of Enticing Splendor. I was going to say we could use it to prevent this, but we actually can't. Because that's happening this turn. Okay. I think we get rid of Enticing Splendor now. Yeah, we value those mountains. Okay. So, we do now get to add... Might even go Moon here, you know? Just for the future, really, not for immediately. Because we are going to reclaim, and then that moon might come in handy. What's a good future turn? Moon Mountain. So Land Thrashes on a reclaim, and then Tidal Boon. I mean, these are pretty much our best cards. What taking the moon will mean is that I don't need to play Grasping Tide or Call of the Deeps. My intuition is telling me to take the moon here. I'm surprised I've even got any intuition, but that's the case. So we'll go put this in here, and we'll put this in here, and we'll start thrashing about. Okay, so next turn's gonna be awkward. There's gonna be a build into a Ravage. Part of me is wondering whether I should keep this Grasping Tide and maybe try and delay the reclaim a little bit further. I don't think there's much value in that, though, honestly. Especially now we've got a card that we definitely want to reclaim. So we'll play Grasping Tide, mainly for the fear. Yeah, but we are going to have a Blighted Island this turn. That isn't necessarily... You know, you kind of expect it in this matchup to have a Blighted Island. We'll put that there. You kind of be very surprised to win as Ocean in solo without the Island Blighting. Okay, so cities are doing 2 extra damage. We don't care. Add a disease. They ignore disease and then some fear. Okay. Well, this is a great place to add some disease. So I'm going to do it. During the next normal explore, skip the lowest numbered land matching the invader card on each board. It's me trying to understand it. So that's going to mean that they're going to skip their explorers that are the ones that are easy to deal with. It's still good. It's still, you know, helpful. Kind of. Is it? Not really. Okay, Jungle Ravage. We have a Blighted Island. Let's hope it's something that... Oof. It's actually one of my favourites, but it's also not really what you want as Ocean because you only get 2 Blight to play with. Especially as I've got Land Thrashes. So this might be one where I reclaim it. Sorry, where I switch it out, which is something you can do in solo. Because this is brutal in solo. Having only two Blight. This is one of my favourites, though. I'll have to look at the board before I make that decision. See, it will give me this option here. Okay, so 2 more Blight. It is a massive ramp up. That was it, hiding it from me. This is a huge ramp up. Potentially. It could give me something that is so useful. Alternatively, it could just mean I die. Let me just think about this. So, this is fine. This is not fine. Though actually, we could land Thrashes to to deal with this, actually, think about it, it's going to be 2, 3, 4 damage in there. Oh, they're about to build a city in there as well. So, I actually don't think I can keep that. I don't think I've got anything I can do about this in any way that's remotely guaranteed. Oh, painful. This is one of my favourite blight cards. So I think I'm going to have to redraw the blight card, because I need to be able to accept that I might not be able to do anything about this. Let me just reconsider. So 2, 3, 4 damage from land thrashes would destroy the city but leave the town and the explorer. But I might have an extra card to deal with it. The odds of getting an extra card that's going to help if I'm given 2 minor powers, I might get something helpful. Chances are I won't. There are a lot of cards that would be helpful, but those, I don't like those odds. I think we have to replace the blight card. Oh, shame. Okay, that's okay. It's not, God. Grim. Okay, so I've got to destroy. I always want to destroy from the ocean. Well, not always. Almost, I'd say 90%. So we can remove one of these towns. We could remove this town. I know that this is a way off being being a loss based on Proud and Mighty Capital, but it's still, you know, I mean, I have drawn this, right? But it's still closer than I'd like. But however, if I can get rid of this, that means that I don't have to worry about this cascade next turn, because they'll build a... they'll just replace the town, and I can actually just clear this out with land thrashes. I think that's what I'm going to do. And we have to explore. Okay, so we do have some lovely Rain of Blood opportunities. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're at Terra 2. We've got a little bit of breaking shore we can do. Yeah, so we're trying to cultivate this a little bit. I know there's a disease on there. I know. I know. So I think we clear this. So it's 2, 3, 4 damage. We will clear that land. If we were to do it in here, it'd be 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which actually wouldn't make a huge amount. I mean, it would destroy a town, or destroy a city. But as we haven't drawn a way of defending this. So I think we have to do this. I think with heavy heart, we have to do this. And yeah, it's a tricky situation. Because we have the build ravage here and we have the build ravage here. And that would cascade into the coast, or we just lose. Yeah, this is tricky. We're not in a great situation. I think I need to gain a minor power though. For a couple of reasons. It'd be nice to get the threshold on land thrashes. It is doable. It is doable if I make sure I play these 3. Thing is, if I play these 3 and Grasping Tide to defend on the coast, I'm still letting that blight through, and that we might not be able to beat that. We might not be able to race against that. We do have a fear card, of course, and now we're up to Terra 2. They're much more effective. So, and I actually think in this case, I'm going to leave this sacred site on the coast when we reclaim, because that sacred site could mean we could target really useful things in here. Yeah, and our land thrashes actually will reach, doesn't need a sacred site, so I'm actually going to remove this one up here. I normally favour keeping things in this land with ocean. Oh, except, wait a second. Draw the card first, peasant. So I'm going to go with a minor power here. Let's see what we get. Gift of Power is lovely. Look at those elements. Oh, you love to see it. Ooh, Cycles of Tide and Time. Be nice if we were letting a bit of blight through, but we're not. Nothing that helps in here. God damn it. Okay, can we remove some of this mountain wetland blight? I think we need it for the breathing room, though. Gift of Power is amazing. It's amazing. Really is amazing. It might help us gain... this will help us power up immensely. It also has the crucial water mountain. That means that we don't have to use these cards, because Boon and Swallow, the land dwellers, are not going to do a lot for us right now. We need to smash this with... The plus side is that after this overflows, we're going to do a lot of damage in here. Ugh. Teeming rivers. If we use it this turn, we can't really use land thrashes. I think we have to take gifted power. So it's so janky. It's so janky. Okay, let's take that. Let's land thrashes power. And then we need to take one of these mountain cards. Swallow the land dwellers would mean, it will mean we probably eat an explorer from this card here. This is pain. Pain, pain, pain. So we just need what? Yeah, we need to play. We need to choose one of these to play. This saves us a little bit of energy. Well, actually, not really. Tidal Boon will give us energy. It will also give us moons that we like for our fear. It also gives us a chance actually to push these DAHAN into here, which might help. Oh, except it's slow. It's slow. It's slow. Might help in the future. It's this place, this wonderful place called the future. Maybe I'll go with Swallow the Land Dwellers. Oh, this is... We'll go with that for thinking of the future. Oh, we need to... Wait a second. Wait a second. I actually have to use Grasping Tide to defend in here. Or we lose, because it goes Build Ravage. Okay, at least we're going to be gaining a fear card in the fast phase. And we are going to have Threshold on Land Thrashes, which is pretty sweet. Pretty damn good. But this is, yeah, we're in a rough spot. We are in a rough spot. So yeah, we do this in here. New species spread, do they? Okay, so we could potentially add a blight that will mean we lose. So we probably just don't want to think about picking this one. Or we can transmute the worst of the species, gain a little bit of fear, and add a beast. That's almost certainly what we want to do. It's aided by moons, so it's free. We'll transmute the worst. And I mean, this is grim as well. It's grim. Let's put this in here. Put beast in there. Okay. Each player removes an explorer town from a land with a disc. Damn it, fair card. We'll remove the explorer. Yeah, we'll remove the explorer. Each player adds a strife in land with DAHAN. For turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a number of 1. Okay, the fear cards are not coming good for us. So this one's fine. Oh, I'd forgotten about the overflow. I should have retreated this presence. Never mind. And this is generally quite a forgiving matchup, but I may have made too many mistakes. We are now down onto 1 blight on the island. Oof. And yes. Okay, we now at least don't have doubled up things going on here. We've got a wetland ravage in here that actually we've got lucky there. That unrest, sorry, strife, has solved that problem. We'll even these DAHAN will take care of it for us. So thanks, DAHAN. But this is a problem. How much? 3. So we've only got 2 blight there, so the land thrashes is not really going to do a lot for us in there, which is a bit unfortunate. We might have to go YOLO mages to actually do anything about this, and even then we might not be able to do anything about it. But we do get to target both of these lands, so yeah. And what do we got? We do actually have a city die. I mean, maybe we just give up on the idea of baiting them out to the city, especially as we're towards the end of Age 2 anyway. So their escalation effect won't care anymore. We won't have this thing to worry about. So we'll hit both of these. We'll definitely hit this land. Maybe this land. Definitely this one. So 6 damage. Is that it? Is that really it? So we'll take out a couple of towns. And then we do get to use it again on an adjacent land. So this is grim. It's only 3 damage in here. Yeah, it's just... So we can either take out 3 damage. I mean, it is a town, but it's... Ugh. It's a town, but it's not what I should have gifted powered first as well. The inaccuracies are just racking up here. Okay, so what have we got here? Fire and Sky, it's a pretty sweet card. Luring Root Biters actually could be pretty useful here. It's got the mountain that we like, and also we can use it to kind of drag these out. Oh, Sky Stretchers, sure, hold your horses. The nice thing about this, it means we can actually use Land Thrashers in the fast phase, and it has lovely elements for us. Will it be enough to deal with this? Not really. Yeah, so we're still kind of looking for a solution here. We haven't found a solution there, have we? We really haven't. Okay. Yeah, this is still just like just now. It's still only 3 damage. However, if we do reclaim, you see how our energy is going down because we're not really drowning enough. Maybe if we reclaimed and went for a major, if we combine it with Sky Stretchers, we might be able to do something about that. I think that is probably the thing I have to do. And we have a tidal boon to get some energy together, so let's yeah, let's push this town out for a little bit of energy. A wee bit of energy. So I mean, yeah, we may as well just eat that city. May as well just eat it. Okay, so this Ravage should be fine. The event might mess with it. The event might mess with it. This, however, yeah, that's our problem we have now. So our most likely solution, I don't think we have an in-hand solution. There's just not enough blight around. We should have blighted the island more. Is actually to gain a major power that we might use in conjunction with Sky Stretchers. Now, interestingly, Sky Stretchers is already in our hands, so we don't need to reclaim. We could do it with this. The benefit of this, of course, is that we would then have our presence on the land rather than the ocean. And we could even get up to the 5th play. But we would, of course, be foregoing using Land Thrashers if we were to do that. The Land Thrashes, it's not doing a lot in here. We basically need to draw a whole solution to deal with in here. There are a few cards. This is only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So there are a few cards that will help us in this situation. There aren't many of them. So I actually think... What do I think? I mean, we do want to hit this with Land Thrashers this turn. But what's the cost here? What's the... I guess if we were to... Getting that 5th action is going to be useful. We've had a few turns where we've had something like Rain of Blood that we haven't been able to play. That is significant. It doesn't... This is the immediate emergency. What happens after that? Well, if we have got a solution that can deal with this turn, then actually... When we reclaim, we can use it to deal with this. I think we have to go with this. So it's, yeah, I guess it's that thing of we're already in a tight spot. Let's just make it tighter. So we'll put that there. Oh no. We look at the card first. We are wise here. Okay, that is a good card. That will defend in there. And that will, in a subsequent turns, what's that, 6? It won't quite defend in there. It won't be quite enough in there. We actually need Sky Stretchers for that. But this is great. This is, I'm not complaining. This is arguably one of the strongest cards in base. So, actually, I'd forgotten I need to forget something. The irony. To pick this up. Moon, Water, Beast. We do, of course, have Rain of Blood. So we're... now that we've got Gift of Power, we might forget Swallow the Land Dwellers. There's so little going on the coast. Though actually, it's pretty good this turn. Maybe I'll forget Boon. I think I'll forget Boon. Mainly because of things I can do this turn. So we'll make a Sacred Site up here. We'll stick this down here. Okay, so... so, we're going to be swallowing these land dwellers. I think are we playing all of these cards? We could get a city drown. Oh, we don't have any cities to drown. these are problems. So yeah, we definitely need some wins in here. So it's 3, 5, 7. So it will be enough to defend that because the downgrade. Well, 6 does defend 7, but this basically means this downgrading effectively means it's defends 7 kind of. We actually, oh yeah, if we repeat it, there's actually more downgrading, which is good. We can downgrade these buildings into multiple times. We might even be able to encourage the English to build on the coast. Who knows? We have no coastal cities. We're going to reclaim next turn anyway. We want to swallow these land dwellers. Call of the Deeps. I mean, how are we on our pound ships? I mean, yeah, this is gonna. These are basically Call of the Deeps has our fear elements on it, so you always want to use it really. If you haven't already got them, and then Sky Stretches does nothing for us, apart from get us elements we don't need. I'll play it anyway. And why? Because there are events in the game. And events might mean we get a city somewhere over here. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we are... Did we? Of course we got the threshold. Oh, did we get the threshold on that? Yes, we did. Okay, so... I'm going to put this in here. And... it's interesting. This is... I'm tempted to actually downgrade this to a town rather than from a town to an explorer. But actually, this is probably our last potential escalation effect, so actually it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Doesn't really matter. But we'll downgrade the city. Cities are a pain. They are a pain to get rid of. In general, and then we can downgrade something else. We can prevent a city build in here. I think that's good as well. That's pretty good. Okay, we've got Call of the Deeps to do. Guess we'll just drag this one out. I mean, we as usual, we have all the drowning capacity we could ever want. That's just how it is. I mean, we could even... Wow, we could actually prevent... The thing is, here's a situation. We could prevent this build here. Maybe, I think I will prevent the build. Because actually, this is now not adjacent to any buildings in this build phase. Oh, no, it will be. So actually, I'm not going to do that. And the Rain of Blood actually in the fast phase is good. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do that. Get us that fast fear. And we'll save the... we'll save that for in case we get a weird city on the coast, which I think can happen. Let's see. Unhealthy Island. Perform a Ravage step for 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. Spirits may prevent this by destroying 2 presents for each board. Beasts doing beast things. And a bit of DAHAN defending. Okay, interestingly, it knows that I lose if I do not do this. So, because it's not even giving me the option to not do it. So we will remove one from the coast, from the ocean, and we will... Yeah, it doesn't matter. We actually have a situation where it doesn't really matter which one we get rid of, I don't think. But I'll get rid of this one. Okay, fear cards. Help me. Help me, please. Each player chooses a different land with DAHAN. 1 damage per DAHAN there. Okay. I mean, this is going to happen anyway. Defend 6 more coastal lands. Great. Wetland Ravage. Mountain builds and coastal. Should be reasonably well equipped for that, hopefully. Okay, coastal invaders. So we've got a Swallow the Land Dwellers, and we've got a Building Drown. So we've got kind of Ravaging to build here, but we do have defenders here. So this is actually kind of less urgent, really, because we can just use our the old Grasping Tide there, and that kind of deals with it. Here, but we can only use Grasping Tide in one of these lands. Of course, we do have Winds of Rust and Atrophy. So, which ones do I eat? I mean, these ones, if we eat them, this is kind of permanently sold. Well, not permanently, but there's a disease in there. So I think Asda DAHAN in there, but this is Blight in it. That's the trouble. This makes it kind of a bit more high risk. But we're on 1. It doesn't make any odds, actually. So we'll not do it in that one. Maybe we will do it in this one. Yeah, we'll do it in this. We'll clear this one out. And we will drown that town. Okay, then. So what are we at? We're at 5 actions. We have this Ravage here, which is a lot of damage. It's a 12 damage Ravage. Now, we can actually... We could do double... Winds of Rust and Atrophy in there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we should be able to repeat it in there. Do it twice. Yeah, we have to reclaim here because we have the solution. The only guaranteed solutions we have are in our hands. And we will keep a presence in all of these lands. Oh yeah, wait. I should not do this first. Especially as it's so clinch. Okay. So, or we could maybe hit that with a fast Lands of Crashes and Furious Pain, because it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, which is a couple of towns. Would be downgraded. Actually, we probably would still need to hit it with both. Is that right? Come on, you need to actually do maths here. So that's 12. So if we downgraded a couple of towns, it would come down to 10 damage. Yeah, we still need to use Winds of Rust and Atrophy twice in there, regardless of if we hit it with Lands Thrashing. However, do we want a major or a minor here? Do we want a major power? A minor power? My feeling is we actually want a minor power for a kind of sustainable beating effect. Because we've only got 8 cards. We've only got 8 cards, which does mean we have to do more reclaiming than I'd like. This turn, we have the Mountain Ravage here that we can defend easily, and we have the double winds in here to defend in here. To get the double, we need to play Rain of Blood. And we need to play one of these other air cards as well. Sky Stretchers or Call of the Deeps. This can be awkward, having Coastal just up against 3, but we'll worry about it in the future. I guess what it means, actually, is that we need to... If we can clear out a lot of this land, we can actually just prevent those builds. because England doesn't build if it's not adjacent to buildings. So we might be able to, except this is a bit awkward. There's going to be a building here, and then the coastal will be adjacent to these two. Fine. So do I try and draw another beat stick, or do I... Okay, this turn I have to use Rain of Blood. I have to use Winds. I have to use Call of the Deeps. Or Sky Stretches. I have to use Grasping Tide. I think I take a minor power here. Yeah. I think we can afford to have a kind of continually shrinking hand. That's a nice little defend card in there with a mountain and an air on it. And the range. Look at that range. It will help us with this problematic area, because we will need help with that as soon as these double lands start coming out. Bang. Ants. But, yeah, let's save some brain cells and not think too hard about that one. Okay, so we are gathering in now. We'll go with... here's an easy mistake to make. I need to make sure I have a sacred site. I'm not going to retreat from there. So I'll retreat from here because this land is taken care of by Grasping Tide. So we need Grasping Tide. We need Winds of Rust and Atrophy. We also need to play Rain of Blood to get the double on Winds of Rust and Atrophy. And we also need to play Sky Stretches or Call of the Deeps. Call of the Deeps is actually... Is it significant? This build chain's annoying. Actually, I'm not even sure on the finer points of the rules here. But I think this will build here and then this will build here. But it is extra energy. It's extra energy that will be keying. And also, a bit of safety in here. The events can mean that these guys do more damage. However, I could go a bit more offensive with Land Thrashes and Sky Stretches, which will get me the double on there. Full Splinters, a City Drown, which is irrelevant, but it would be a Town Drown in one of these two lands. We were in this land. And potentially a fast Land Thrashes. Hello. Oh, wait. Yeah. Fast Land Thrashes. I mean, the fastest doesn't really matter. It really doesn't make any odds. It might even be more to the point to save Land Thrashes for next turn, because next turn we're going to have Coastal Ravages. But I need to be wrecking more face. We're actually getting towards Tower 3. We're going to be downgrading 2 of these cities. We might be able to do this in the fast phase. I think we can do this in the fast phase. Sorry if you saw this ages ago. How many cities are on the map? There are 2 cities on the map. We are at this stage here. So we just need to generate 4 fear and downgrade those 2 cities. Okay, we've done it. We've done it. We're going to scare off those Englanders. I think we're scaring off those Englanders. Okay, so we do this. We do this and downgrade the city twice. And this is partly why Winds is amazing. And we've done it. So there you go. Apologies for the break in production. I've had a load of personal stuff going on. But yeah, that was... it was a win. And it was more like I wanted to get my brain back into to Spirit Island. It's my favourite game, but I've not had the... I've not been playing it much lately, so I need to remind myself what the hell was going on. Let's look at those details. There you go. I don't keep score. It's too serious for that. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. If you like the video, like the video. And until next time, keep it spiritual.